Hey guys, how you guys been? It's been so long since I've actually posted a video on my YouTube channel. I think the last one I posted had to be a cooking video, but I'm not even sure which one it was. I stopped posting on my YouTube channel because I knew you guys wanted me to post more cooking videos. I stopped posting on my YouTube channel because I just got burnt down with how my life was going. It didn't have anything to do with YouTube. Y'all know I love me some YouTube, but at that moment, my living situation was horrible. I was struggling at work. It was just so much going on. I was trying to finish, no, I had finished school, but I was trying to find a job in my field. And it was just too much going on. It just made me feel down. I didn't feel safe. I felt like, I don't know. I was very depressed at that point in my life. I'm, I still have my days where I'm down. I still have a lot of days where I'm down, but I'm trying to look at the bright side of everything. And then the pandemic hit in March, and I have, I worry about everything, so it just gave me one more thing to worry about in March that I wasn't expecting. Even though my grandma told me there's nothing you can do, there's a lot of people who are being laid off, who are being furloughed, and I was one of those people. There's nothing you can do. Like, you're not. This is not only happening to you. This is happening to everybody. So why would you worry about it? Like, I know it's something to worry about, but you shouldn't have to worry so much where you get anxiety and stuff. Like, it's happening to everybody. Um, so I tried to go for walks during that time. Around that time, I gained weight, and then my job opened back up. Fortunately, we didn't open back up until the public, but we did open up in order for us to work. We did yeah, we didn't open up for the public. I don't want you guys to know exactly where I work at, but we didn't open up to the public. We opened it up for us so we were able to work. And around that time, I started going to the doctor. The doctor wanted me to get bypass surgery in order to lose weight. I wanted to get the surgery, but my insurance, the current insurance that I have with my job, doesn't cover it. But that happened. And then I started going back to the doctor every month, and I ended up losing 20 pounds, woo, 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 which is good. The doctor took me off of the medication because I started having some bad side effects. Um, so they took me off the medication because I started having some side effects. So now I'm not on anything, and I'm trying to eat better, but I feel like I'm gaining some of the weight back. So I'm kind of down because of that too. But I'm saying all this, and don't want you guys to think that I'm only worrying about the bad stuff, but I am doing good. There's been some positive things in my life. Like I told you, I lost 20 pounds. I don't believe I gained all the 20 pounds back. I do believe I gained like 5 pounds back, but not all 20 pounds. Um, or if I haven't even gained 5 pounds back, I believe I haven't lost any more. So I'm steady. Like I'm still at the same weight that I was. I currently I'm in my own place now, which I'm so excited about. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm so excited about for 2020. 2020, I was able to pay off a big debt, which helped my credit so much. And I was able to get into my first apartment by myself. I've been in many apartments before, but majority of them all of them were with other people, other roommates. Because where I live, Charlotte, North Carolina, the rent is expensive. Let me Google it actually. The average cost for a 1 bedroom apartment in Charlotte. The average cost of a one bedroom apartment in Charlotte is $1,259. And me being alone by myself, that's very difficult. Although I do have a full time job and a part time job, I don't want to have to put all of my money towards rent. I want to be able to save some money. I still have other bills that I have to pay for. I still have a car note. I got car insurance, light bill. I have all these bills. I don't want to have to pay majority of what I make to rent. Um and at the time, honestly, I wasn't making enough to even afford $1,259. Like the way North Carolina is, you have to make 3 times the amount of rent to even get approved for the apartment. So if my apartment costs $1,259, I have to bring in, let's see, $3,777 a month. And I don't like nowhere near that. Let me see. I don't bring that in a month. So that that got me down to where the only kind of apartments that I could afford were apartments with other people in them where I had to have a roommate. And that's the ones that I always tended to go for because it's the only ones I could afford. Although I knew that I didn't want to have a roommate, those are the only ones that I could afford. My last one happened to be the worst apartment situation that I have ever lived in. And halfway in there, I told myself that, look, I'm sorry. The next time I move, I will not have roommates or I will move back home. I know that, everybody has a stigma for living at home with your parents, but I refuse to put myself in a dangerous situation. I rather people talk about me for living at home with my parents than me having to have anxiety and depression for living with people that I don't like and that don't like each other. Um, in my last apartment, I've experienced my roommates breaking common kitchen items, common living room items. I've experienced my roommates fighting each other, um, fighting one another, like fighting each other, meaning girlfriend and boyfriend fighting each other. They're in one room. The other people in the other room fighting the boyfriend and girlfriend. I've witnessed so much that I just can't do it anymore. I just got so tired of it to the point I didn't want to go home. You should not have to pay rent to a place where you don't want to live. I don't. That's just like I'm paying rent for it. It was just ridiculous. It was at the point I felt like I would rather just live in my car than not have peace of mind. I just needed some type of peace of mind. Every single night, I would have to deal with people slamming the doors, slamming the cabinets, slamming the refrigerator, slamming everything in the house, trying to be petty so they could wake everybody up. Just because they just wanted to. We didn't do anything to these people. That's just how they were. And it wasn't only my roommates that made me upset. It was the people who lived above me. It was an apartment complex. It was everybody. The people who lived above me, they flooded their bathroom at least 3 times throughout the year. And instead of calling to let us know that they flooded the bathroom, they just left it. And I had to be the one who called and like, hey, my bathroom is flooding because the people above me's bathroom is flooding. Maybe you should come and check it out. But no, that's not what they did. They just let it flood. And then when maintenance came, they were just like, oh, okay, it's flooding. I just, I couldn't do it anymore. And then I'm the type of person that I don't like confrontation. So I'm not going to fight with grown people on things that they don't want to change. So one of the girls asked one of the roommates if she could stop slamming the door, and she started slamming it harder. My grandma told me that I should confront them and say something to them. I'm like, Grandma, if they've beaten up on each other, what do you think this 6'7" man is gonna do to me if he beating up on his girlfriend? that's not reasonable. Like, I'm not gonna put. I already hear him fighting his girlfriend. Why would I say something to these people and they're gonna fight me? And I'm the minority in the household. Everybody else has somebody there with them, and I'm the one who's single all by myself. That's ridiculous. Like, no, I refuse to do it. All I knew is that I needed to work my butt off and get out, and that's exactly what I did. I worked two jobs. Whenever we got the money from the pandemic, like the $1,200 stimulus check, I used some of it to help. Well, I you didn't use it to pay my bills because my bills were already paid. I used it to pay off one of the credit things that was holding me back from getting an apartment, and I used it to pay it off. And then within 2 months, I applied to that apartment again, and she said, "Hey, you're approved." And when I tell you, I almost cried of excitement. After I paid that apartment off, I was able to get approved everywhere, every single where. But my main focus was not to overspend on rent, because I don't want to live at a place that is nice, but I'm broke. I can't do it because there's other things that I want to do too. I'm not a materialistic person. I don't care if the apartment looks. I do care if the apartment looks good. I do care what type of neighborhood it is in, but I'm not materialistic. It doesn't have to have the newest and most modern stuff for me to rent it. I know that by paying a lower amount, it's going to be old. It's going to be an older style apartment. The neighborhood might not be as great. It might not be horrible, but the neighborhood might not be as great. And that's what the route I chose. I started getting approved for places that were in the $1,000, which at the time, I'm so glad I didn't take it, because at the time, based on my paychecks and based on me working both jobs, I could afford it because I was working so many hours, so much overtime, so much. I was just picking up hours anywhere I could. So at the time, I could afford the apartments in the $1,000, but I had to think, because I know I work in retail, so I know that in January, February, hours are going to go down. Although I am full time and I do get PTO and I do get, benefits and stuff like that, I know that in January, I'm not guaranteed my 40 hours a week, because we don't have but like 300 hours to give. And you have 6 managers that have to get 40 hours a week plus sales associates. I knew that wasn't possible. I knew that in January, my paychecks are going to be $100 short, $200 short. My paychecks are going to be short. I knew that. So I was just like, if I get one of these apartments that are really expensive right now, oh, well and dandy, I can afford it now, but come 6 months down the line, what if I can't afford it? I'll be back in the same predicament that I was in, where it would mess up my credit. And then the only places I can rent are student apartments or, apartments with roommates. And I didn't want to do that. And I'm not going to do that. So right now, the apartment that I was living in before I moved was $629 a month. And it was horrible. For 4 people, it was $629 a month. 4 bedroom, 4 bath. Everybody had a bathroom in their room, and everybody shared the common kitchen area and living room area. Everybody's lease was separate, which was good, so everybody, paid their rent by themselves. And what else? And currently, the apartment that I live in now, the rent is $650. $655 and a $680 with trash included. I'm only paying a difference of what, $59 to have peace in mind. Yes, it is a small apartment. I'll probably show you guys an apartment tour later on when I actually get some time off of work. But Lord knows I am so excited about it because I have been crying about it. I have been begging God about it. I have been talking to everybody about it. So I'm going to show my apartment off. I'm going to do what I need to do. Y'all, I'm just ranting and raving. Ranting and raving. I can't speak, okay? Um, so that's the biggest thing that I'm happy about now. Oh, one more thing. Another reason why I didn't choose the most expensive apartments, because I wanted to be able to pay my rent in a paycheck and still have money left over. That was one of my goals, because since I work 2 jobs, I get paid every week. But one of the jobs is just like a gas money job. Like it'll give me like what is it? Like $100 every 2 weeks. But it's gas money because it only takes $20 to fill up my tank for the whole week. So I still, that's gas money, that's food money, entertainment money. It's just money that I could use for other days or to do whatever I need to do. Let me look. I'm at work right now, so I see all these cars coming up, and I'm just about to see if I have any employees coming in.